A billionaire bride, a multi-million-dollar wedding in one of California's most exclusive estates, and a honeymoon that costs more than most people earn in a lifetime. When Selena Gomez married Blanco, the world witnessed a display of extravagance at its peak. So what does luxury at this level really look like? Let me take you inside. The multi-million-dollar celebration that stopped Hollywood. On September 27, 2025, when Selena Gomez posted a series of intimate wedding photos to Instagram with the simple caption, September 27, 25, and two white heart emojis, she wasn't just announcing a marriage. She was unveiling what industry insiders are calling one of the most meticulously planned, extraordinarily expensive, and star-studded celebrity weddings of the year. This was the wedding of a billionaire. Let that sink in for a moment. Selena Gomez, at just 33 years old, has built an empire that places her among the wealthiest young entertainers in the world, with her rare beauty cosmetics line alone contributing to a net worth that has skyrocketed into stratospheric territory. When you're operating at that level of wealth, your wedding isn't just a celebration, it's a statement of luxury, taste, and the kind of financial power that most people can barely comprehend. Blanco commented on her post, "My wife in real life. But this wasn't just any wife, and this wasn't just any wedding. This was the union of two entertainment powerhouses whose combined financial success, Selena's beauty and entertainment empire meeting Benny's estimated $50 million fortune from producing chart-topping hits, created a wedding weekend that money truly could buy." The celebration took place in Santa Barbara, California, one of the most exclusive and expensive coastal regions in America, where real estate routinely trades in the tens of millions and privacy comes at an extraordinary premium. This wasn't downtown LA or a Vegas chapel. This was old money territory, where estates sprawl across acres of pristine coastline and discretion is not just expected, it's mandatory. But here's what makes this story absolutely mesmerizing beyond just the money. This was a love story that had been quietly unfolding for over a decade, hidden behind platinum records, red carpet appearances, and studio sessions that nobody thought twice about. The friendship that eventually transformed into romance was so carefully guarded that when they finally went public in December 2023, the entertainment world was completely blindsided. According to Selena herself in an August 2025 interview, she and Benny first crossed paths when she was just 16 years old. This wasn't a connection forged at some exclusive industry party last year. This was a relationship with roots stretching back over a decade, through multiple phases of both their careers, through other high-profile relationships that dominated tabloid covers, through personal transformations and professional triumphs that each earned them millions. Fast forward to December 2024, and Selena announced their engagement on Instagram with photos that perfectly captured their dynamic billionaire casual. There she was, admiring her engagement ring on a blanket beside a wicker basket and, hilariously, Taco Bell. But make no mistake, that ring was no joke. The Marquise-cut diamond engagement ring that Benny presented to Selena represents serious investment. While the exact price hasn't been publicly disclosed, industry experts who've examined the photos note that Marquise-cut diamonds of that size, clarity, and quality, especially when set in what appears to be high-carat gold, typically command prices ranging from hundreds of thousands to over $1 million. This wasn't a ring you pick up at a jewelry store. This was a custom piece, likely created by elite jewelers who cater exclusively to ultra-high net worth clients. Benny later told Interview magazine that the proposal was the sickest surprise that she had no idea about. Orchestrating that kind of surprise for someone with Selena's level of security and scheduling requires serious planning and resources. Private locations, trusted confidants, perfect timing. Nothing about proposing to a billionaire is simple or inexpensive. As summer 2025 turned to fall, the pre-wedding celebrations began, and they were exactly what you'd expect from two people operating at this level of wealth. In late August, Selena enjoyed a bachelorette party in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Now, when someone of Selena's financial status celebrates in Cabo, we're not talking about a hotel room and margaritas by the pool. Based on social media glimpses and reports from the area, this was the kind of bachelorette weekend where luxury yacht charters run tens of thousands of dollars per day, where private beachfront villas can cost $10,000 to $50,000 per night, and where every detail, from the catering to the entertainment to the security that keeps paparazzi at bay, represents premium pricing. Meanwhile, Benny held his bachelor party in Las Vegas, and when a music producer who's earned millions from hits with Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber, and countless others celebrates in Vegas, it's not at a regular casino hotel. Think exclusive high-roller villas at properties like the Palms or Wynn, accommodations that can run $25,000 to $100,000 per night. Think private gaming tables, bottle service that costs more than most people's monthly rent, and experience Experiences that money can buy, but most people never will. Reports indicated the wedding would be a weekend-long affair, and that's when the real money started flowing. This wasn't a 4-hour ceremony and reception. This was an entire weekend experience that required lodging, feeding, entertaining, and securing dozens of A-list guests in one of America's most expensive coastal regions. According to multiple sources, guests were staying at the El Encanto Resort, a historic luxury hotel in Santa Barbara known for its breathtaking ocean views and impeccable service. The El Encanto isn't your average hotel. Standard rooms at luxury properties in Santa Barbara can easily run $1,000 to $2,000 per night, while premium suites command significantly more. When you're booking accommodations for a wedding weekend for dozens of high-profile guests, the hotel costs alone can easily climb into 6 figures. But here's where it gets really interesting in terms of security and luxury spending. The Sun reported that the actual venue location was being kept secret even from guests. All the guests will be picked up and driven to the location without knowing their destination ahead of time. Think about what that level of secrecy requires. Private transportation for every guest, security teams coordinating movements, probably rental of the entire estate to prevent any public access. When celebrities want true privacy in 2025, when everyone has a camera phone and TMZ pays serious money for wedding photos, you need serious resources. When September 27th finally arrived, everything came together at a private estate in Santa Barbara. While the exact property hasn't been publicly identified, again, that secrecy doesn't come cheap. The glimpses we've seen suggest a sprawling estate with manicured grounds and stunning architecture. Selena wore a custom Ralph Lauren Halter neck satin gown for the ceremony. And let's talk about what custom Ralph Lauren means in financial terms. Ralph Lauren's custom bridal couture for A-list celebrities isn't priced like off-the-rack fashion. Custom haute couture gowns from designers of Ralph Lauren's caliber typically start at $50,000 and can easily exceed $100,000 to $500,000 depending on the complexity, materials, and level of hand craftsmanship involved. This was hand-draped satin, custom-fitted through multiple fittings with elite seamstresses, featuring intricate lace detailing that requires extraordinary skill and time to execute perfectly. But Selena didn't stop at one dress. She changed into a second Ralph Lauren creation for the reception. A shorter lace dress, also in a halter style, that was perfect for dancing and celebrating into the night. Multiple custom Ralph Lauren gowns potentially represent $250,000 or more in bridal fashion alone. Benny complimented Selena in a classic Ralph Lauren tuxedo, complete with intricate lace detailing that echoed elements of Selena's dress. Custom Ralph Lauren menswear for high-profile clients typically ranges from $10,000 to $50,000 or more for a complete ensemble with all the bespoke tailoring and premium materials. The coordinated Ralph Lauren looks weren't just about fashion. They represented a significant investment in presenting a united, impeccably styled front. The wedding guest list read like a Forbes richest celebrities roster. Taylor Swift was there, and when one of the world's highest-earning entertainers, someone whose era's tour generated over $1 billion, attends your wedding, you know you're operating at a certain level of exclusivity. Steve Martin and Martin Short, Selena's co-stars from Only Murders in the Building, were in attendance, bringing decades of Hollywood success and wealth to the celebration. Paul Rudd was also spotted, another A-lister whose Marvel success alone has generated hundreds of millions at the box office. The combined net worth in that guest list likely exceeded several $billion. These weren't just Selena and Benny's friends, they were an assembly of entertainment's financial elite. When you're hosting guests of this caliber, everything costs more. The catering isn't from a local restaurant, it's from elite caterers who charge premium rates for the kind of gourmet cuisine that satisfies the most discerning palates. Every single element of this wedding, from the moment guests received their invitations to the last dance of the evening, represented luxury spending on a scale that most people never experience in a lifetime. But exactly how much did this fairy tale weekend cost? The price of paradise breaking down the multi-million-dollar investment. Let's talk numbers, because when it comes to celebrity weddings at Selena and Benny's level, the spending is genuinely staggering. While the couple hasn't released an official budget and likely never will, because discretion is itself a luxury, we can build a comprehensive picture by examining what's been reported, what industry experts say about comparable events, and what we know about luxury wedding costs in 2025. The average American wedding in 2024 cost around $33,000 according to industry surveys. That's what regular people spend. But celebrity weddings operate in a completely different financial universe. When you're dealing with A-list celebrities who have the resources to demand perfection and the need for extraordinary security, costs can easily climb into the millions. To put this in perspective, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez reportedly spent around $50 million on their Venice wedding earlier in 2025, making it one of the most expensive celebrity weddings ever recorded. Anant Ambani's wedding in India reportedly exceeded $600 million, though that was more of a week-long festival festival than a traditional Western wedding. While Selena and Benny's wedding likely didn't reach Bezos levels, they opted for intimacy over massive-scale. Industry experts who've analyzed the details suggest this was easily a multi-million-dollar affair, potentially ranging anywhere from $2 million to $10 million depending on what was included. Let's start with the venue and accommodations, because this is where serious money begins flowing. The wedding took place at a private estate in Santa Barbara, and guests stayed at the El Encanto Resort. Private estate rentals in Santa Barbara for celebrity events can range dramatically. A basic estate might rent for $20,000 to $50,000 for a weekend, but properties with the space, privacy, and amenities needed for a celebrity wedding of this magnitude can command $100,000 to $500,000 or more, especially when you're essentially buying out the entire property for days to ensure total privacy and conducting rehearsal dinners and other pre-wedding events on site. Then there's the El Encanto hotel situation. Luxury resorts in Santa Barbara charge premium rates, and when you're reserving accommodations for a significant number of guests for an entire weekend, the costs multiply rapidly. If Selena and Benny covered accommodations for their guests, which is common for destination weddings at this level, and we're talking about dozens of rooms at rates that can easily hit $1,000 to $3,500 per night for premium accommodations, a weekend-long hotel buyout could easily cost $200,000 to $500,000. Industry sources suggest that for ultra-luxury celebrity weddings, venue and accommodation costs typically represent 20 to 30% of the total budget. If we're working with a multi-million-dollar wedding, that means potentially $500,000 to $2 million just for where the wedding happened and where people slept. Here's something most people don't think about. Security for celebrity weddings is extraordinarily expensive and absolutely essential. When you're Selena Gomez, worth over $1 billion through your business ventures, married to Benny Blanco with Taylor Swift and other A-listers in attendance, security isn't optional, it's mandatory. Celebrity event security in 2025 includes multiple layers. Armed security guards cost $100 to $200 per hour per guard, and a celebrity wedding might employ 20 to 50 guards for a weekend event. That's potentially $100,000 to $300,000 just in guard salaries. But modern celebrity security goes far beyond guards. Drone prevention technology, absolutely essential when tabloids will pay six figures for aerial wedding photos, costs tens of thousands to rent and operate. Perimeter security, coordination with local law enforcement, background checks for all vendors and staff, NDAs with legal enforcement clauses. All of this adds up. The fact that the venue location was kept secret even from guests, requiring private transportation and careful coordination, represents another significant expense. Private car services for dozens of guests, security escorts, last-minute vendor deliveries to prevent information leaks. This level of operational security can easily cost another $50,000 to $100,000. Industry experts estimate that security for high-profile celebrity weddings typically consumes 5 to 10% of the total budget. For a multi-million-dollar event, that could mean $200,000 to $1 million spent purely on keeping the wedding private and guests safe. We already discussed Selena's custom Ralph Lauren gowns and Benny's tuxedo, but let's dig deeper into the full fashion investment, because at this level of wealth it extends far beyond just the ceremony. Selena's engagement ring alone represents serious wealth. That marquise-cut diamond, based on expert analysis of photos, likely cost anywhere from $200,000 to over $1 million depending on the exact carat weight, clarity, and color grade. For context, Kim Kardashian's engagement ring from Kanye West was valued at around $4 million, so we're in the right ballpark for celebrity engagement ring investments. The wedding bands for both Selena and Benny, custom designed, likely featuring additional diamonds, probably added another $50,000 to $200,000 to the jewelry budget. Selena's complete bridal look included accessories beyond the dress, a veil, likely custom-made to match the gowns, her bouquet of white flowers, which for celebrity weddings often costs $5,000 to $15,000 from elite florists, and any additional jewelry, shoes, and undergarments, all from luxury brands. Then there's hair and makeup. Celebrity hair and makeup artists for weddings don't charge normal rates. We're talking about $5,000 to $20,000 for the bride alone, potentially more when you include trials the wedding day and services for the bridal party. If Selena provided fashion assistance for bridesmaids or key family members, common for celebrity weddings, that could easily add another $50,000 to $200,000. Total fashion investment potentially reaches $500,000 to $2 million when you include everything from engagement ring to final reception outfit. The wedding included a weekend of events, which means multiple meals for dozens of guests. Celebrity event catering operates on a completely different price scale than regular catering. For high-end celebrity events in California, catering can cost $500 to $2,000 per person or more, especially when you're talking about multi-course full-course gourmet meals prepared by celebrity chefs or elite catering companies. If the wedding weekend included a rehearsal dinner, the wedding reception, and possibly additional meals, and we're estimating maybe 100 to 200 guests, the catering costs could easily reach $200,000 to $500,000. Then there's the bar. Premium open bars with top-shelf liquor, premium wines, specialty cocktails, and professional mixologists can cost $100 to $300 per person for an extended reception. For a guest list of this size, the beverage service alone could be $30,000 to $100,000. Wedding cakes for celebrity events are their own category of luxury. Custom celebrity wedding cakes from elite bakers can cost $5,000 to $25,000 or more, depending on size and intricacy. While specific details about entertainment haven't been publicly confirmed, celebrity weddings at this level typically feature significant entertainment investments. This might include live bands, DJs, special performances, or surprise entertainment elements. Professional wedding bands for celebrity events can cost $20,000 to $100,000 or more, depending on the talent level and length of performance. If Benny, with his music industry connections, brought in any of his famous collaborators for surprise performances that could represent either friendship favors or additional significant costs. Production elements, lighting, sound systems, staging, decor for celebrity weddings often run $100,000 to $500,000. Creating the perfect ambience at a luxury estate requires professional lighting designers, sound engineers, and production crews. Photography and videography from elite celebrity wedding specialists easily costs $50,000 to $200,000 when you include engagement photos, rehearsal dinner coverage, full wedding day documentation, and post-production. Celebrity wedding planners who can manage events of this complexity and discretion don't come cheap. Top-tier wedding planners typically charge either a percentage of the total budget, usually 15 to 20%, or flat fees that can range from $50,000 to $500,000 for ultra-luxury weddings. These planners coordinate everything: vendor negotiations, timeline management, day of coordination, crisis management, and maintaining the secrecy that clients like Selena demand. Given the complexity of this weekend event with its security requirements and A-list guest management, the planning costs alone could easily exceed $100,000 to $300,000. Floral installations for celebrity weddings are works of art. We're not talking about some bouquets from a local florist. Elite wedding florists can charge $50,000 to $500,000 for complete floral design, including ceremony arrangements, reception centerpieces, entrance installations, and floral details throughout the venue. Additional decor, custom furniture, specialty linens, atmospheric elements, potentially custom tent structures if outdoor elements were involved, can add another $50,000 to $300,000. When you add everything up, here's what a conservative estimate might look like. Venue and accommodations ranging from $500,000 to $2 million, security costs between $200,000 and $1 million, fashion and jewelry investments of $500,000 to $2 million, catering and beverages totaling $250,000 to $600,000, entertainment and production expenses of $200,000 to $800,000, planning and coordination fees from $100,000 to $300,000, flowers and decor costing $100,000 to $800,000, and photography and videography running $50,000 to $200,000. A conservative total estimate places the wedding anywhere from $2 million to $8 million. This doesn't even include the pre-wedding events, Selena's Cabo Bachelorette and Benny's Vegas Bachelor Party, which could easily add another $100,000 to $500,000. Here's the thing about these numbers. For someone with Selena's level of wealth, this represents a relatively modest percentage of her net worth. When you're worth over $1 billion, spending $5 million on your wedding is less than half of 1% of your wealth. It's the equivalent of someone worth $100,000 spending $500 on their wedding. The wedding wasn't financially reckless. It was proportional luxury spending by someone who can absolutely afford it. But now that the multi-million-dollar celebration is over, where do two people who just experienced that level of luxury go for their honeymoon? The honeymoon. Where does a billionaire go after $1 million wedding? So they've just pulled off what industry observers estimate was a multi-million-dollar wedding weekend in one of California's most exclusive coastal enclaves. They've celebrated with entertainment's financial elite. They've worn custom couture worth potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. The question now becomes, where do you go for a honeymoon when you've already experienced that level of luxury? As of late September 2025, no official honeymoon plans have been announced or confirmed. But based on Selena and Benny's travel patterns, their relationship dynamic, their combined combined wealth and current luxury honeymoon trends among ultra-high net worth individuals, we can explore what a honeymoon at their level of affluence might look like. First, let's establish the baseline. According to recent surveys, the average American honeymoon costs around $5,000 to $6,000. Couples typically spend about 7 to 10 days at a tropical resort or European destination, staying in nice hotels and enjoying some upgrades. But celebrity honeymoons operate in a completely different stratosphere of spending. When Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez honeymooned in the Mediterranean, they did so on a super yacht reportedly costing hundreds of thousands to millions to charter. When billionaires honeymoon, the spending can easily reach $500,000 to several $1 million, especially when privacy, luxury, and unique experiences are priorities. To understand where Selena and Benny might honeymoon, we need to look at Selena's travel history because it reveals her preferences and the level of luxury she's accustomed to experiencing. In August 2025, just before the wedding, Selena celebrated her bachelorette party in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, enjoying yacht time with close friends. Luxury yacht charters in Cabo for celebrity clients typically cost $10,000 to $100,000 per day, depending on yacht size and amenities. In 2022, Selena vacationed on a yacht along Italy's Amalfi Coast, exploring picturesque villages like Positano. The Amalfi Coast represents the pinnacle of European luxury travel, where five-star hotels charge $1,000 to $5,000 per night, and yacht charters command similar daily rates. Her travel history shows a preference for coastal destinations with beach access, yacht-based experiences, locations offering both relaxation and cultural exploration, destinations with strong privacy protections for celebrities, and places with excellent cuisine important given her Mexican-American heritage and love of food. She's also traveled to Turks and Caicos, Bali's elite resorts, and various exclusive Mexican destinations. The pattern is clear. Selena favors tropical or Mediterranean locations that offer world-class luxury amenities, excellent dining, and the kind of privacy that comes from exclusive resorts or private rentals. Here's where honeymoon planning gets interesting. Benny Blanco has a well-documented fear of flying. This isn't a minor preference. It's a significant phobia that has influenced his travel patterns for years. In May 2025, while Selena was filming in New York, Benny drove cross-country from Los Angeles rather than take a quick flight. That's thousands of miles by car because he prefers it to flying. In late 2024, Benny convinced Ed Sheeran to travel by boat across the Atlantic to the UK, a 10-day ocean voyage specifically to avoid flying. When a celebrity is willing to spend 10 days on a boat instead of taking a 7-hour flight, you know the phobia is real. This significantly impacts honeymoon possibilities. International destinations requiring long-haul flights become more complicated. This constraint actually makes the honeymoon planning more interesting from a luxury perspective because it requires creative solutions that money can solve. Given their combined preferences, wealth, and Benny's flying concerns, Mexico makes tremendous sense for multiple reasons. It's relatively close to California, potentially drivable or a short flight that even Benny might manage. Selena has Mexican heritage and has repeatedly shown comfort in Mexican destinations. Luxury options in Mexico are extraordinary and expensive. Cabo San Lucas and Los Cabos, where Selena just celebrated her bachelorette, features ultra-luxury resorts like one and only Palmilla, where suites cost $2,000 to $10,000 per night, or private villa rentals that can exceed $25,000 per night. A 10-day stay at this level could easily cost $200,000 to $300,000. Punta Mita is home to ultra-exclusive resorts like the Four Seasons and St. Regis, where presidential suites run $5,000 to $15,000 per night. Private villas in gated communities can cost $10,000 to $50,000 per night. A week-long stay could run $100,000 to $500,000. Add in private yacht charters for day trips costing $20,000 to $100,000, private chefs for in-villa dining at $5,000 to $15,000 per day, spa treatments running $1,000 to $5,000 per session, and private security at $10,000 to $30,000 for the trip. And a Mexico honeymoon could easily cost $300,000 to $800,000. The Maldives represents the pinnacle of honeymoon luxury, with overwater villas, crystal clear waters, and extreme privacy. However, it requires a long-haul flight, which presents challenges given Benny's phobia. If they could overcome the flight concern, the investment would be substantial. Sonavajani, or similar ultra-luxury resorts, feature overwater villas costing $5,000 to $20,000 per night. These aren't just rooms, they're massive multi-bedroom villas with private pools, water slides into the ocean, and 24-hour butler service. A 10-day Maldives honeymoon staying at this level would include accommodation costs of $100,000 to $300,000, private seaplane transfers at $5,000 to $10,000, potentially a private jet from California if needed to minimize flight discomfort running $150,000 to $300,000 $300,000, and diving excursions, spa treatments, and private dining adding $50,000 to $100,000. The total could reach $300,000 to $700,000. Italy holds special significance for Selena given her 2022 yacht vacation there. The solution to Benny's flying phobia could be a transatlantic yacht journey, similar to the 10-day boat trip he took with Ed Sheeran. Luxury yacht charters across the Atlantic can cost $50,000 to $200,000 depending on the vessel, with full crew, gourmet catering, and all amenities included. Once in Italy, they could explore the Amalfi Coast, staying at properties like La Syracuse, where suites run $2,000 to $8,000 per night, or rent a private villa for $10,000 to $50,000 per night. A 2-week Italy honeymoon including transatlantic yacht travel, luxury accommodations, private tours, Michelin-starred dining, and security could easily total $500,000 to $1 million. Closer to home, they might opt for a luxurious California coastal road trip, driving along Highway 1 in exotic rental cars, or a luxury RV, staying at exclusive properties like Ventana Big Sur, where rooms cost $1,000 to $3,000 per night, Post Ranch Inn with similar pricing, or private estate rentals in Carmel and Monterey. This option accommodates Benny's flying phobia while maintaining extraordinary luxury, potentially costing $100,000 to $300,000 for a 10-day trip. Hawaii offers another domestic luxury option accessible by a manageable flight. Private villa rentals on Maui or Kauai can cost $15,000 to $75,000 per night, with helicopter tours, private beach experiences, and world-class dining adding significant costs. A week in Hawaii could run $200,000 to $600,000. The honeymoon spending for celebrities at Selena and Benny's level typically represents a continuation of the wedding's luxury ethos. While average couples spend $5,000, billionaire couples think nothing of spending $300,000 to $1 million or more for a honeymoon that offers absolute privacy, unparalleled luxury, and once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.